different platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Hello and welcome again to a beautiful Saturday. As usual, Asuki always then I also for talk about migration and capacity development. What we can normally do this now you force them for watch this program where they talk about issue them, where they affect the young people where they left the shores of Africa, try for Canada Europe for risk all with it and get included in their life. The routes that we then can take. Waiting are some of the things that we can push them. And waiting are some of the things that we then go do. We go make them offend themselves in that kind of situation. Then they. If you watch this thing right now, as you know, we can always get a bond. We like for urge people for making the share because sharing is caring. Not forget, one information where you go share, go help for save somebody in life. One information where you go share, go help for make somebody get what we don't they look for all this while. So any salary day now for sit down because today we they can't talk about waiting now some of the thing them we woman them where they traffic from Africa or different countries them including Europe now. So how it's like for the woman and the way they traffic, what think it happened to them and how you go prevent yourself so that you not go become a victim of trafficking.
Different platform for news every day in our country. Salute for education, entertainment, political affairs. TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big country. We breeze not a shit.
Yeah, lots in up Tranga one, so that's me, you will watch me, and we all go able to come together and Apple country, also we fish say we able for app. Now your responsibility, now me your responsibility for make we share the information we relevant so it will change the mindset of people. Not forget, as I always say, I not then I also for discourage anybody for make it travel. Then I also for prepare your mind for make you understand what are the challenges that we involve if somebody want for travel come abroad. If you use different other way them, especially the irregular way, what are some of the things that we keep happening to them people and they knowing all the challenges we don't inside migration, knowing all what thing they happen at the Europe side one come. Trust me, you go be in a better place or make you get more migration information so that if you take the decision for migrate, at the end of the day, even if the challenges they meet you, you're not going to be surprised. You will be mentally prepared for make you handle them. So not forget, we there so for encourage people for let them travel because when you travel, put in them the way you go land. But today, we can't talk about young women them in Africa, especially in a salon. How people them now society will trust. People them who believe say na them for help with people them, especially women them. And they among the people them where they traffic the woman they are so promise them say then get job for them abroad now. So give them deceptive information at the end of the day. When they bring the young woman then that na abroad or whichever country side they go, they end up go make them turn sex slaves. Yeah, sex slaves. They make them end up go turn to something where they nobody ever dream say them go do in their life. They make them can become prostitutes in other country. Then. You got to think say how them will bring somebody, it just can't become a prostitute. Trust me, the strategy them, the technique with people them, where they bring other young people them, especially women them in abroad, the technique the way that they use, trust me, if you know some of them technique, then they you just say, oh, go and take that kind of patrol, you go think and say, no, if them puts me in a that trap, they are not go able for escape. Now that make today, I go make see how they can actually cite somebody where they think say this now potential somebody will go able bring can abroad or care and go any other side so that it can work money for we. When they don't bring the person at the abroad or any other country side go, waiting are some of the things that we can, the skills them, the strategy them, the technique them, what they use for push that person, for coerce that person, so that it go do prostitution with the one for make you do. Excuse me for the language, because now when you get with all the diplomatic organization, then they call them commercial sex workers. That's what they can call them. So waiting are some of the things they can do for make we young sister them when they come or go to other country them. Trust me, then do it in they expect say they not go ever do. I get video them where I go show now. Yeah, I get video them where I go show now. Owner say go see. First of all, the people that we can do them here, so now people that would trust. It can be religious leaders them. It can be community leaders them. It can be influencers them. We actually go cite a very young woman, very talented, very skillful one, and target and say, with this skill, with this talent where you get to, trust me, if you make them so side, your life will change. Then go bring them opportunities then for you, then go show you say, yeah, we get ways and means. If you're not a dancer, we get maybe India, maybe Italy, maybe any other country. We get an organization where they look for talented people that we sabi sing, people that we sabi where they into fashion, people that we into whatever skill we get. Automatically, somebody will trust sometimes meet you and tell you that kind of thing, and they take and say, wow, finally, my skill don't give me opportunity. At the end of the day, then bring them people there. So trust me, some of the technique the way they can use. I know one talker. Our learner says sit down, make una watch the video the way they show now. Learner see how they can deceive with sister them. Waiting are some of the technique them where they can use by them, where they actually can reach na the side where they defend themselves. Sidola play the first video, then make I can talk small, but alone I understand. Let young people them they be aware about opportunities. Them where they will just sell it and say, take this opportunity. This will happen to you. This will happen to you. Now watch the first video about a woman na I think na Kenya. We actually then do the same thing to her. They actually deceive her. If himself na Indian, trust me, waiting that woman they go through. If I long as see, and the video is a very long one, but I make sure say I try for cut them to 14-15 minutes so that we go able to forget an idea of what they talk about. So let's go.
And then a man has to come and choose.
Tonight, Africa Eye exposes a sex trade network that traffics women from Africa to India.
The first day I went there, I looked and I saw so many girls. And what you do is you sit down and then a man has to come and choose.
Using hidden cameras, we reveal the fixer who hides behind a cloak of respectability.
We have evidence against you. We have evidence of you saying that you're going to process women, that they're going to come from Kenya to India for sex work.
You can show me the evidence.
The people who traffic the women and force them into sexual slavery. And the African sex workers who are treated like merchandise and live and die outside the protection of the law. All this told through the testimony of one brave woman, Grace, who was trafficked to India and agrees to go undercover for Africa Eye.
I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through. And I want this whole thing to stop.
We go inside a sex trafficking network that brings women to India to satisfy the demands of African men.
I'm Grace. I'm a singer. I'm a musician. I'm a dancer. And I'm an actress. I want to become famous and have a good life. What matters the most is my baby's future. I don't want her to go through what I went through.
The series investigated the trend of young Kenyan women seeking male sponsors to fund their lifestyles. As the series aired, Grace was drawn into a string of tempting messages in a friend's WhatsApp group. They were looking for dancers and hostesses for tourists.
It was a WhatsApp group, and it was my friend's group. In that group, most of us were dancers, models, or video vixens. So that girl posted in the group that she's looking for someone who is interested in working in India. If you work in India, there's good money. Within few months, you have your land. Hearing that it's good money, I went for it. I decided, okay.
Grace was linked to a Kenyan woman in India who would later become her madam.
So she helped me get the passport and the visa and the air ticket she sent me on email, and then I came to India.
At the airport in New Delhi, Grace was met by a woman known as Goldie, a madam working in the local sex industry. Grace expected to be working with tourists.
You're receiving a tourist, you're showing them around. That's what I understood. But prostitution for me is something that I had said an ex to. I was even telling in my prayers, telling God, let it be the last thing I want to do.
Grace exposed an underworld of sexual exploitation where women traded and abused. She taken to when she arrived. Goldie's brothel. For 5 months, Grace lived in this room for the trafficked men. Men would visit the flat daily.
Very many times we'd bring clients in the house, or you go to hotels. If one of us had a client in the room, the rest of us would sleep in the couch in the sitting room and wait for the one who is at the room to finish their stuff, and then we'd go back to sleep.
Here, you can see a client passing payment to one of Goldie's trafficked women. And then they leave. The head of this household is Goldie, the woman who trafficked Grace. Nothing sums up Grace's life of exploitation more than the debt book she used to record payments to Goldie.
It's the list of how I paid my debt, the amount that I used to pay, and dates that I used to pay. If I give money, Princess writes, Goldie writes. Everybody writes.
It's a record of repayments for the money Goldie claims she spent bringing Grace to India.
Say I've given 3,000 today. I write 3,000. Princess writes 3,000. Goldie writes 3,000. Yeah.
When I look at all these, I remember the guys that I went with. I can even almost remember all of them. Just by looking at this, it just reminds me of everybody. I remember the guys that I went with. I can even almost remember all of them. Just by looking at this book like this, it just reminds me of everybody.
The first client I got, he just made me hate India. He's even now threatening me, I'm going to beat you up. He wants to give me 500 instead of 1,000. It even hurt me, so.
Looking at Grace's debt book, it was shocking to see that on Christmas Day, she came home with 9,000 rupees. That means she slept with 9 men on Christmas Day. And her family had no idea when she texted them to say, Merry Christmas.
I was really paying my debt first. I was really trying my best so that I start helping my family. You just try your best, you give the money.
Immediately after Grace arrived, Goldie confiscated her passport. The trap had been sprung. Goldie told her it was for safekeeping, but it's the traffickers' signature tactic. It stops their victims running away until they pay back the money the traffickers claim they are owed. Grace owes 270,000 rupees. That's approximately 3,800 US. But is the debt all it seems or just another money-making scam? Online, on average, an air ticket is $500, visa $80, passport $40. Even with living costs, the madam's profit is at least $3,000. That's exploitation. When Africa Eye looked into the payment details for Grace's airfare, we discovered it was purchased using a stolen identity. It turned out Goldie had used an internet scammer in Delhi to source the ticket. The traffickers paid nothing for the flight and then demanded Grace pay a vastly exaggerated bill. In 6 months, Goldie trafficked 5 women, making almost $15,000 in profit. For the sex workers under Goldie's roof, everything is about money and control.
We had a curfew. You have to be home by 11. If I get out of the house and I've just gone to the shop 5 minutes later, where are you? You have to come back home. If not that, whoever you're with, let him give you money for one shot. 1,000, I'm counting.
A shot, or kifupi, is slang for sex with a client. Goldie's work rate was pitiless. Day and night, her victims were expected to be earning money. In the evenings, her women were turned out to solicit men in local pickup bars known as kitchens.
The first day I went there, I looked and I saw so many girls. So many girls. And what you do is you sit down and then a man has to come and choose. He has to come and pick you like the way you go to the market and pick potatoes. just to come and say, I like this one is the one I'm going with.
While we were in Paris Kitchen, we saw Grace's madams, Goldie and Princess, watching over one of their girls as she looks for clients. Grace can't forget her first night in the kitchens.
Usually the madam is the one who takes a new girl to the kitchen. But maybe I went with my sisters, and then when I was going to the washroom, someone just stopped me and asked me, how much? I told the guy, wait, let me come back. I don't understand you. I went back to my friend and asked her. He's asking me how much. What do I tell him? She told me, is it for a night or for a short? Then that's now when it hit me. This is really what you're getting yourself into. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you want to pay me 1,000? 1,000, okay, like, okay, no problem, 1,000. I have to sleep with how many men till I get to 270,000?
Chairman Eddie seemed linked to a group called ASCA, the All Indian Nigerian Students and Community Association. That rang a bell. We had filmed election posters for ASCA stuck to the doors of some of the kitchens. Online and across cities in India, ASCA has a public profile as a nationwide community group offering social activities to connect and support African students studying abroad.
The ASCA that I know is protecting the street. I didn't think they are people who want to be known by the public.
Why? So the chairman is at the top of everyone, right? Above everyone.
Who is above you, then they don't talk like him, because him is bossy.
Ed seemed to be controlling things, and later he bragged that he had closed the kitchens as a public demonstration of his authority.
It's okay. The most important thing is showing remorse. Nobody is too special.
Yeah.
The most important thing, why I closed those kitchens before, why I opened it, because they show remorse. They are begged for almost 5 days every day, calling, begging. So I realized they are showing remorse. We are not God, we are human beings, no matter the power and things we have.
Yeah.
We let it go.
A video of a trafficked woman who took her life. And another of a sex worker murdered in a brothel. Shockingly, some of the comments posted refer not to loss of life, but loss of profit. The United Nations defines sex trafficking as the recruitment and transportation of people using deception and coercion for the purpose of prostitution and sexual exploitation. The reality is brutal.
Yeah, welcome once again. At least we still don't get the opportunity for watch the first video. We don't see a young girl, how they deceive them, how they actually try for drag and to go India. At the end of the day, we tell what they do for make it do what they want for do for let them get money. Now let's start. According to the video, waiting are some of the things that will influence for take the action. It tells you say it gets some WhatsApp messages them from people that we know, group of friends that we know. We mention to and say, hey, they need dancer demo because they know say it's a be dance, you get a nice voice for sing. They say they need them people there, so you might be a perfect pick. So she was interested because it can say this is not the skill I get. So if they need people them for go abroad for travel elsewhere, I think I will be interested. Now so in fall for the trap. Then after we reach now India, the first thing where the traffickers then can do, that they take your passports to Iran. Because they know say the moment you realize what you they go do, if in a something where you don't want to do at all, maybe you go say, my run away backlog on my country. Not so. So they take the passports to Iran. According to the video, then tell you say, this law keep on for you since you don't can. Now we they in charge of you. No, you they see the person where they take care of you like you, mama. Now so they present himself to you. But at the end of the day, they go work for and for their money. After they don't taking passports now, the third thing that they tell you say you owe them money. What's money where you owe them? And what I say the money where they use for process all your documents and waiting them pay you ticket to them buy you visa and every other thing. Eventually, according to the woman we asked, he say then tell and say he owe I think 2,700 rupees when are Indian money. I think if you change it to dollar now about $3,800 now they say equal. You go to imagine you go to country for good direct for make you able help yourself and your family. Then all of a sudden you reach the people that we care you go then go tell you say you owe them that kind of money there. And waiting go make you know go and argue. Waiting go make you know go and put on that kind of habit there. The rumor where you go on they get for me company them say, yeah, we misbehave that they can kill you, yeah, we misbehave this can happen to you because the people them where they control and trafficking business they are now very powerful people them. Sometimes connected to the government, sometimes connected to organization, them associate an organization where they call ASCA, where they deal with students, the way they travel. You know, when you read the name and the work way that they do, they take and say, all the people the way they no go get mind do them kind of thing, but the head, the gang, according to the video, where they now part of that organization, they so now they hide, whilst now in they run the business. So imagine they don't put you in a country where you not sabi nobody, you not get passports. Though you know say if you attempt for one, they defend you. And when they catch you, that they set example, make the other one they not do one. Now that make Aki always say, I not say it difficult because if you ask lots of young girls them, waiting are some of the reasons that we make the one travel, not because of poverty, not because of whatever reason where you give yourself. But you get from members say, may they not just tell you like how they tell this woman say the work way they go do now for me, go do with tourists, them show them around, blah blah blah. They work fine. It wants for doing. They're not going to tell you what they go do until you reach there because come on, there are lots of people and they go do prostitution because she was forced, she was coerced. It not get option. It's about in life or you do what they want until you pay the money. Imagine for any term where you sleep with any man, they pay him 1,000 rupees. And the money we for pay 2,700 rupees. Imagine the amount of man them we Goldie, sorry, where this woman will get for sleep with before he actually able pay that money there. 2,700 for each man we sleep with, that they pay him 1,000. In fact, not to every man go pay the 1,000 because some men will take advantage of you, negotiate, set confusion, do any other kind of thing. Imagine waiting a woman will go through. See, show me the book. The money that we don't pay, where they keep record. Anytime you see the book, they remind them the amount of man that we actually don't sleep with, so that they go able for pay the money we then claim say if for pay them. Now that make they advise young people them, no matter how desperate you dare for come abroad, when they present an opportunity to you, make sure say you research and make sure say you ask question. You know, we get that philosophy back in a salon when you get an opportunity for travel with the items. Yeah, I don't want to let the rich man they know. I don't want to let them pull me away. But come on. Maybe if you ask somebody where you think say no, maybe if you study for research or you learn out for research or you go online, just check something out, something will must come up will make you ask question. Trust me, you begin for ask boku question to any trafficker, they drop you because they don't want to make you become a bad influence for other people and where eventually they're not going to go there. Now I can play the second video for now. We big one the Nigerians where them put on something then get you how they do them. My brief on small how Nigerian then can do them. Normally, when they recruit young women them for bring them come aboard for can do prostitution, afterward they don't tell you the agreement say when you go, we don't get woman, they will help, then go on our way for pay money back who spend, they no one, they not do them. So now they take precaution. The woman they can say, no, me, I not tell like that, and say, well, now we know they operate so they can bring come Juman them, demand them will take you you here, then go cut the private part here, and even you pant you bra, you go to the morning pass and go length in the they tell you so when you come about, when you refuse for do it, then tell you, or you not pay them the money where then they tell you say you're supposed to pay them, then go make you crazy. Then go make this happen to you, then go make that happen to you. Trust me, for some of them, they say it actually work. So thinking about always you don't go put yourself back because the way they decorate the shrine for so you see the Moriman, they cast fear upon you. Some they even go to the extent for threatening people them which they left. But let's relax, let's watch the second video. Let we hear waiting them will tell we how it like for woman them na Nigeria to be specific by this video. Let we watch after that we can talk about us small.
I know that is prostitution.
They took my pants. They took my bra. They took my pubic hair from my armpits and also from my private part.
No, if they swear, see that they fear if they swear, make them not wrong.
I know they feel guilty. Except say you know what, if you don't want to go na your mind.
I've never seen so many native doctors, juju priests, and priestesses in my life.
Since all about swear put, no one will ever come here.
Family of 8 struggled to make. There was no money. I was a chorister, and when they found out I had a very good voice, people that comes, who programs, these church programs, they were like, this guy has a very nice voice. So they had to invite me outside the church for programs. The assistant pastor in my church called me. So when I got to church, then he told me that was in the revelation when he saw that I left the country, that my destiny is in the country, that I'm the light of my family. All sort of interesting words he used on me that day. But I told him that I don't have the money to travel. He said that I have a sister over there that lives in Russia, named Vivian. That if I'm really interested, that I want to go, that the sister will help me and will support me.
I met a woman and she asked me if I would travel out. Then I said yes. My eldest sister, she was sick and my mom had to go and borrow money. After that, she could not pay. So the best option is for me to leave the country and help my family.
Edo State is sadly endemic to human trafficking. Young girls and boys deceived, trafficked and exploited, and they are in the hands of traffickers.
My friends for that Europe, so they call me. That is, if I feel they bring guests to them, because say okay, no wahala. Some of my mates, I will tell them, say they look for guests, so they will see bring and come for me, will see help them travel.
She called me on the phone to meet her up. She now said I'm to pay 70,000 euros. Then I now said it's too big. She now said that, how much will I pay? I said 50,000. She said okay.
They took my pants. They took my bra. They took my pubic hair from my armpits and also from my private part. I was like, I can't do this. Then the guy, which is the pastor, was like, you have to do it. And because my sister take other girls there, when they get there, they see how beautiful life is over there. They will refuse to pay the money, instead they'll run with the money. So you don't have any choice than to do it.
We carry them to Babalawo, do everything before they go see me there. Come out. So that juju now, when you see yourself, the fear.
Okono my way no go adiowa gegbe bomi oko anyone that wrong we feel cause craze for or if the mazes without stop. Once you have that problem, we must tell us, okay, see what we want to do, then run back where you run, go and pay your madam. So you will do.
For my own, I know the key. I know go tell am say me kill am, me do juju kill am. So now that come Nigeria, that suffer. When he suffer remain, he will continue and suffer am. Babalawo dey help.
Sometimes we just have to run away from the work because the work is somehow horrible. Sometimes one man will call you, 15 men might be there. Sometimes even that 15 men, they will want to pay like all night. They will just frustrate the life of that young girl. There are millions of things that have happened. Millions of things that have happened. I was bleeding inside my mind, but there was nothing I can do. They have even thrown me from story building where I break my hand. Maybe the man might even take the money from you. And when you get back home, your mother will tear the book. Some will even beat the girl on top of what the man had done. Then they will bring iron and begin to press. Some even go to a private part, mark it with razor. All because the girl allowed the man to take the money. And sometimes a man will call you when you get into the house with him. He will bring out a gun and tell you that come. So when that kind of thing is happening, I calculate fast. I calculate very sharply. First of all, when I get to a man's house, I look at where he keeps his key. I look at how he locks the door. I look at how he opens his door. I look at where the bathroom, I look at where the toilet, trying to protect my life from death because I know it's not my time to die.
Europe is not a bed of roses. There was a sister, we were living together. She went to the street. A white guy came to pick her. normally we use hotel or a parking, but I don't know what made that sister to go to that white guy's house. Till now, we don't know her whereabouts. But when I was in Europe, I did a lot of things for my family. My mother, I gave her pocket money. My father as well. I'm the one that sponsored my brother and his wife. I was like the light, the hope they have.
Nobody go want me to suffer. For some family day, to eat, to buy garri, they hard. They go try, make they see come out, go see fair money come. I mean the women, the one make they go. I know they feel guilty. Except say you don't want. If you don't want to go na your mind, that one na your own mind. I know they guilty because I know go lead down. I know carry gun. They force you say, Oja, they go.
I noticed something strange on my own body. I noticed that my face started bringing out these little rashes. All here. Even to my lips here, everywhere was somehow horrible. Everybody's like, this is a magic. Your face that is smooth, fine. What just happened to your face? I believe that the reason for all those things was because the mother used those things, those instruments. The pants, the bra. She used those items she took from me to take as a vengeance against me.
I was amazed because I've never seen so many native doctors, juju priests, and priestesses in my life.
And the senior my native doctor as a whole. No one can senior him. Since Oba swear put, no one will ever come here.
Human trafficking is the third most lucrative illegal business in the world after drug and firearms. They invest so little in it and so much. So it is because of the gravity and the seriousness of the situation. That is why His Royal Majesty came out to show that human trafficking is a thing of the past in their communities and in their kingdoms.
I didn't tell my family what I was doing in Europe, and since I came back, I've never shared it with any of them. My parents don't live far from here. I didn't tell my family what I was doing in Europe, and since I came back, I've never shared it with any of them. My parents don't live far from here, but it's up to 3 months I've went to see them. I hate seeing them crying, and also maybe they will ask me for some money and I cannot be able to give them the money. So because of that, I don't like going there. Sometimes I see myself as a failure because nothing is working out. Nothing is working out for me, nothing. I have to be definitely back.
I planned for my mother when I left the country was that I thought of taking her to a better place, even more better than even where she was thinking. When I came to Nigeria, Yeah, honestly, and the most funniest thing is that even the house I rented for her, I couldn't even fix the bills anymore.
Till my daughter come, before I realized that see what they are doing. She was thinking that my daughter was plating here to earn her money. I know that it was prostitution. You know, now where you did not see your daughter for a very long time, you know what your daughter passed through. I started crying. I just regret why she go there. She could have stayed in Nigeria.
My hairstyling business. That's what keeps me going. Native helped me set up my shop. I want to extend the shop, maybe to put this decoration, event planners, at least something different from even what others are doing. I got married this year, and now I'm expecting my first child. Mostly where I grew up, there were a lot of criticism. I was ashamed. Whenever I'm going, I go with my husband. My husband encouraged me to tell my story because he feels that many girls and millions of girls are being deceived, and thousands and millions will still be deceived if somebody don't talk about it.
Yeah, fortunately, we don't watch the second video. We don't see this now from we close neighbor than Nigeria. And how it happen in Nigeria, so it happen in other parts of Africa, now the same way it happen in our country, Salon. Wherein people don't know how that business they very lucrative for the one that way they do. Now that make they do any other kind thing, use all kind influence, use powerful people, build a network to the extent that for let them break them is very, very difficult. But because of it difficult for let them break the network, now that make we as Sierra Leonean them as individual, we believe say the only way how we go able for fix this now for provide the relevant information to people them, potential migrants them, potential trafficking victims them, so that they no go fall by this trap. We don't see the woman who that is say influencer. Could you imagine? In pastor in a church. According to the woman, saying I'm pastor and influencer. Tell her say with this your nice voice where you get so blah blah blah. If you happen for go Europe, this thing will work well for you. Tell her say, Pastor, say I don't get money for support myself for go Europe. Wait till you tell her say, get somebody did the way I go able to connect you, that person they go able to help you, and like you not get money. Now so in pastor do for influence and for make it take this part. Knowing that in pastor know all things within the happen, now part of the network. Now that make in the beginning I tell you say they are very powerful people them where they run them kind of years so they run them like a structured business. So even when the lady actually go to the chief priest for let you go do, for let them go take in bra, in pant, in pubic hair, whatever it is, for put them together. When he asks the pastor in consent, he say, Pastor, now then tear then say do. Yeah, wait, is it? The pastor tell us, say, no, do a no more, not afraid. Waiting make that they make for like do then here. Some people where they don't spend money per them, where they actually reach and then they go on away. Could you imagine? It do one because it easy somebody who you don't believe, somebody who you don't trust, or let it actually influence you for do something because you trust that person there. It can be a man of God, it can be a relative, it can be a community leader, it can be an influencer, it can be somebody from the government, it can be from any other part. The only strong defense where you get, not the information. That's not the defense where you get. Now that make I can always tell people and say, not joke with information. Imagine the other lady tell we say, then tell him say for pay is it 70 or 75,000 euros. Who say they pull up? He said the money too boku. Then say, okay, how much you want to pay? He say 50. But let you pay 50 euro, you go sleep with boku man them. But let you actually raise that money they and until you pay all that money they na that 10 day then go left you for make you there on your own. Even when they left you, they can't see where they you not get paper for sit on there. Then in another stage of the struggle. Could you imagine? We can understand the poverty, we can understand how desperate some of we want for helpful people them. But not to the extent where they put yourself we want help at risk. Where at the end of the day, if you something happened to you, you're not able for help. Look, the lady after all waiting them go through, they actually find themselves back in Nigeria. Now the stigma, the community, lot of thing then a psychological issue where they affect them. Imagine they take the decision, but when they get back, they're not even outside they start. I mean, we see the lady. The survey for don't start before you go now. They come back, you can't tell for do shop. Now that make a key advice people and say, before you decide for take risk for migrate, look for the opportunity then first way available. Now decide who you take. Look how they threaten people, look how they coerce them, look how they push them. You go mad, or you go then go give you continuous menstruation. They do and put the juju. The interview, the woman said self the trafficker, the way they talk, you know, they feel regret, you know, they feel remote because you know the first person. It's saying they present the opportunity for you. It's your choice to say yes or no. According to I say, when you take them, fine. You know, to end the but come on, let we the think. I know say it's difficult when you find yourself in a certain situation, then where you want to do something, you're not able for do it. But I dey tell you, say, nothing on the way what pass your mental health, nothing on the way what pass your well-being, nothing on the way what pass your life. Now that make the first thing the way for protect. Now they why so. Money can always come later. Some people are patient, you know, actually get for make you actualize what you actually want for like you able reach you go, let you able achieve what you want. When we become too desperate, when we become too eager, it can make you take decision them where they make you find yourself now very vulnerable situation them where they make you see yourself who see with sister them so today, if you don't watch this live program today, I encourage you for let yourself be part of the people them where they pass on this information, part of the people them where they help for save life, part of the people them where they help with country. Share them to other person, let yourself get the opportunity, may yourself get the knowledge where you don't get today. So that if anyone for decide for take the same patrol or the one for deceive and the same way, they go able to understand how then some of them here so then this is not just 2 sets of videos I discuss about. And also, if it's a bit post we want to go through this thing, trust me, it go able for advice. Not forget for travel is fine, but not to at the extent of waiting with brother and sister in the face. I like go through the comments. Then I think I see this comment from one of we follower. We say he say whether passport or not, go to the police. The first video with Kanu Alaji Abubakar. Yeah. Now he writes a message. Yeah, Kanu, what he talks so easier said than done. We see now the first video, we are in the show one woman we commit suicide, then show that one where they kill him. For talk say one go na the police, now one. The one reason we make them people are not the one go na police. Some they don't let them deport them because automatically you go na police. Trust me. Maybe you don't even get proof for sure saying at this stand you. Maybe it just too much for them. Now that make most people them. We don't hear people who they talk to tell and say, why you not be go to the police? And why go to the police? Now this the police tell me at the end of the day, they ask me for proof, I not get them, then put me in a cell, then process me, they end up for deport me. Because the people them way they deal with the traffickers them, then get a network, then get police the way that they work with, because money they inside the business, so they're able for buy other people them where they bring come into the business. So it's difficult. There are people and they will actually run, we actually survive. That make what you say now a good idea, but sometimes it's very difficult to take certain decision there. When you find yourself at that stage there. Another person when Victoria Kanu say, they say it's very sad. Of course, it's sad. For let you see somebody they go through all that kind of so for let a human they tell you, they say some 10 and they 15 man they pay you together. If they say in fact then go and pay you for the rest of the night. Could you imagine? Even imagine that kind of thing they say. It's so terrible for imagine. And that make anything what you want for my kids, make sure say you get boku information for the decision we want to take before you take them. I think at this point, now so I go do for bringing the cutting down. But I encourage everybody, if you get a question we will ask, if you get a comment now, for put it in the comment section. If you get a suggestion, put it in the comment section. If you get a story we want for share about migration, please let me know, because we can use other people and testimony as to see so, because sometimes they can say sin is believing. Now only somebody we don't go through what you want for go through. It tell you how it like sometimes it can help for change the mindset of somebody we want for take that part only. So at this point in time, I will tell you now all thank you for one patience for watch this live. Make sure say you share. Me where they bring kind of program to now, me na RK.
Different platform for news every day in our countries alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs, 20 PTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit,